And we are live.
What's
Hey,
happening?
Dirt Road Cinderella's in here already. What's up,
What's
Tiff?
up, Tiff? How's it going?
We probably won't get a lot of people on here today, but for
For some reason, I think I didn't know this. Okay, I wanted to do this, or we wanted to do this before the Gut Fuels Live actually kicked off, and he just kicked off at the exact same time.
he did, and I messaged him earlier this week to let him know that was the only time that you and I could schedule things at the same time.
Yeah,
And I told him out of respect that I wanted to let him know that we were doing that, and that we didn't mean anything by it, but this is just the one time that we could get together, and
Good.
we're only going to be on for about an hour or so anyway.
Yeah.
And he totally understood and appreciated me contacting him to let him know
Perfect.
that we weren't trying to step on his toes.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, he's good with it. Talked to him about it myself. But
Yeah, I thought for some reason he kicked off at 7.
I did too, but maybe he changed it up, or maybe I'm remembering wrong.
It's yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think I'm remembering wrong, to be honest with you, but that's okay.
Could very well be.
All right.
But we're going to make this a quick one anyway. And like I said, for all intents and purposes, we got a couple people in here. Hey, Craig, what's going on? This is the announcement to the we got 10 people in here. So the starting of the Saturday night short track group build. It's going to start January. Excuse me, I did it again. It's going to start January. July. It starts July 1st. So what we're me and Jason are trying to do here is introduce you to the format, and Jim Scale Customs, welcome. What we're doing, how we're going to do it, and this will also give you guys, we're going to lay out what few rules we have. There's not a lot, but there's a few. So we're going to lay it out to where if there's any questions, you guys can always revert back to this video and maybe save you some typing and be able to check it out. But it's just a Saturday night short track group build, man. It's our second year.
Yes.
Excited about it.
Yep, it is. It was very successful last year, I think. So let's make it. I'd like to make it even more successful this year.
I think so, and I think some of the stuff from last year, as far as it was good. It was good, but I think it could have been better, and I think that's why we've gone ahead and done this. We're going to announce that we're going to do. It may not be the same date every month, but we're going to get on. You and I are going to get on once a month. Yeah. And talk about some of the pictures that get posted, videos that get posted, whatnot. And I'm just going to throw this at you, Jason, because I just thought of it. Maybe down the road, possibly, maybe get a builder on with us on one of these shows. Just something to think about.
Possibly.
See how it evolves.
Okay, that's way less shocking than I was. When you say I'm going to throw this at you right now, because I thought of, I get nervous.
Yeah, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to put your head underneath your bench so you didn't get hit with anything.
Right.
But no, it's possible that maybe we bring somebody that posts a video or whatever.
Yeah.
Jim Scale Customs. Oh, Jim, I can relate. We've got it. That's why we do this for a whole year.
Dude.
Jason and I both are involved in a lot of group builds, and I'm a horrible group build guy because I very seldom get them done in time.
Yeah. It's I was just talking about this on the podcast last night. I'm the overachiever of the community. I can start a group build, and then if I set my mind to it, finish it pretty quickly, right? So this group build, it goes for a whole year, so there's literally no pressure on me to get something done. I know I can do it. It's not a big deal. And I think actually this idea that you came up with, Mike, of having once a month where we hop on for an hour or so and talk about the group build and work on it might actually slow me down. I might actually save the build for working on like that day, right? So this might actually slow me down a little bit, and I won't be sitting with my feet on the desk like I do with most group builds.
I remember that 48-hour group build. We're all scrambling. It's the last 10, 12 hours, and we're all scrambling to get it done in the Discord. We look over and all we see is the bottom of Jason's shoes because he's got his feet up on his workbench. He's laying out like a buffet because he's all done.
Yeah.
But we do have a change this year as far as how we're going to keep up with the group build.
Yes.
Last year we kind of left it wide open, and we had them posting on Facebook. We had them doing videos on YouTube. Even had people sending me stuff privately on email. In an effort to kind of bottleneck it a little bit and be able to keep up and give everybody the proper credit that they deserve, we are going to require this year that you post up. Now, you can, if you're a content creator, you can create a video and put it out there to YouTube. Absolutely. We totally want you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take that link, and there will be, we'll release it on the 1st of next month, July 1st. There's going to be a Facebook page that you have to be in the actual group builds. You're going to have to post, whether it's pictures or videos or whatever you want in there. For those of you, and listen, I know some of you people are not interested in Facebook at all, and I totally understand that. But here's something I learned that you can think about if you want to be a part of it. You can use a fictitious name and create a Facebook, make it private, and then the only place that you can go to is wherever you want to go, of course, but only go to the Saturday Night Short Track Facebook. Then you won't have people from your past or whatever, people you don't want to hear from, bothering you. So
yeah, believe me, people from your past popping up on Facebook is
it can be scary. What are you talking about, people from your past? I'm in your current, and it's still scary every time I pop up.
I know. I just tell you it is.
Right. But that way there, and it's the same rules as last year. I won't say a sealed kit, but I will say an unbuilt kit, because in my case, I'm actually using a 3D printed kit. And those are totally welcome.
Yes.
But it's going to be new kit.
Yep.
Somewhere along the way, show us the progress, whether you do it 25% in, 50% in, 75% in, somewhere along the way.
A minimum of one check-in for the group build, yes.
Right. And then, of course, the final. Now, highly, highly, highly recommend that when your final, especially, take some really good pictures of your build, because I've got some ideas, not guaranteeing anything, but there might be something. There's definitely going to be a collage at the end of the year. So let's just go with that. There's definitely going to be a collage at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Scale Model Frenzy, what's up? So we'd like to be able to get a really good picture to put up on the collage and to be able to post.
Yeah, and so that collage will end up being a video that will get posted on not only my channel but Mike's channel as well. Plus, it'll get posted on that Facebook group. So yeah, we want to have pretty good pictures, I think.
If you don't have to have a photo booth to get really good pictures, if you've got any, even like the construction paper, you can put some construction paper underneath it and behind it and maybe take a picture of that. It just really helps if you have a blank background to where it really highlights.
You can really see the model. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the workbench pictures are great because you can see it's kind of like as it's coming together. But when you start to look at those pictures, they get a little busy. So if you can do that, that's awesome. The best you can. We're not all. None of us are professional photographers, but as good as we can, it'd be great.
Right. Yep.
And
so let's talk a little bit about. We don't want you to build a NASCAR kit.
Right.
So this is a Saturday night style short track car that we're looking for. You can certainly take an older NASCAR kit and kind of dumb it down a little bit, because people do that. They buy retired cup cars and make them fit into a short track local style racing, right? You can do that, but no, I don't want to see. We would like to not see Earnhardt cars and like the Davey Allison stuff. We don't want to see that stuff, and we would also like to not see demo derby cars. Now, nothing wrong with demo derby cars, but they don't quite fit in this build per se. You can build what do they call that, Mikey? Where you grab a car that's basically stock and you
got a street stock car, you got a hobby stock.
Yes.
You got your modifieds. In fact, Wes's Model Car Corner is about to release some new late model kits, and they also have already released the asphalt modifieds.
Yes.
Those kits are very much acceptable.
Yes, Jim. There you go. Wes's modified kits are accepted.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a short track car. I'm going to change our screen look a little bit. I'm kind of partial to cars like that. Full disclosure, that's my big brother driving that number 14 car, so I'm going to be building one that's similar to that. But cars like that you would see.
Doesn't have to be dirt track. So
it can be asphalt.
For example, this is what I'm going to build this year. These probably not going to go with these decals because I'm anticipating them not being good. But an ASA style car, this type of stuff is welcome. So just no NASCAR stuff. That's the biggest one. Yeah. There's not a lot of guys out there that build demo derby cars. The few guys that I know that do an outstanding job, but there's a lot of people out there that think, oh, circle track racing, I've got a cool Dale Earnhardt car, right? Well, unfortunately that doesn't work. Not for this group build anyway.
And the reason we choose that is because there's already a great Fred Henry and I believe
Jeff Ciacanelli.
They already host an awesome NASCAR group build.
Yes.
And they've been doing it for years. We certainly don't want to step on their toes, and we don't need to double up. And as far as demolition derby goes, if you're into weathering a car and damaging up a car, you could actually, not a demo derby car where there's, but you could take a hobby stock type car that's, and weather it up that way. With dings and bends in it and, kind of get that same kind of look, but it be a short track roundy round car as opposed to the demo car.
Yep. Exactly.
Around New York. Hey, Jim, my brother may race with you. He lives in Vermont, so he may race with your cousins. But that's pretty cool.
So that being said, winged outlaws, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That works.
Yep.
That works. Yes, basically everything except for a cup style car, which
well. Even vintage and antique. BG did an amazing was it a midget? I want to say it was a midget.
It was a midget. Yep.
And from the 40s, 50s, something like that.
Something like that. It was I think it was a dirt track midget. I think. Don't quote me on that, but it was definitely a midget. So
it was a beautiful car. Did a great job with it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're looking for, and again, I think the idea of going back once a month and inviting everybody in. Do they race Fonda or Lebanon Valley, Jim? My brother raced at both, but so doing the once a month, regroup thing, I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the Facebook, I know, I expect some kickback on the Facebook thing, but guys and gals, it's the easiest way for both Jason and I to be able to keep up with what's going on and give you the proper attention as a builder that you deserve. Like I said, I got some emails and stuff. I was talking to those guys, but I felt like they kind of got left behind. And this will help us a lot to be able to recognize you guys.
It will. It really will. Yeah. I do a similar thing with the Street Machine group build that I host by myself on my channel. In years past, I was allowing people to just make a video or email me stuff. Well, so the problem with the email side of things is, like you said, they get left behind. They get into like the spam folder by accident, or, I'm deleting, 25 buy my insurance and here's this diet that I want to sell you type emails. And one of the, and I've deleted emails in the past by accident like that. So I think the Facebook route is the easiest way to keep track of everything and make sure that everybody gets a fair shake, right, and the credit that they're due for taking part.
Right, exactly. And that, again, back to the collage, we're able to go in and take those pictures out of one source and create that video, and again, pay homage to the people that built it and give it the proper credit. Nobody gets left behind.
Right.
So if Facebook isn't your thing, come up with a fictitious name. And your people from the past won't find you.
Exactly. Yes.
We're really excited about this one, Jason. I think last year with the response that we got, and then this year, I think we had even Hobby Dude got involved with us last year. Had a good time with him. He was building that Mustang, but I did better than him. He didn't finish his Mustang, and I got my 71 Dart done.
You did. You did.
Finally did get it done.
You did. Yeah.
I was only 2 months late? Month late? Technically a month late?
Technically it was a month late, which is why we're starting. No, don't tell anybody, but that's why we're starting late this year. but it's okay. And again, so that's basically it. I think we'll hang out. I think we can hang out for a while, and if other people pop in or you have questions or whatever, we can answer those for sure.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's anything else that I really wanted to highlight.
Just like I said, anything short of a NASCAR.
Yep.
I say above, but I don't mean to say that the Demolition Derby is below, but
yes,
it's just that's a different thing. And honestly, I know out west, or at least in the Midwest, they've got some group builds for those demo cars out there because those guys are real big into it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun with it. But chat, you guys got any questions or anything you need to know about? Or like I said, this one we're just kind of winging it tonight, and we're going to kind of keep it short so we don't step on Brian over at Got Fuels Live. I'm sure he has a bunch of folks in there hanging out, having a good time. Once you guys leave here, head over there, hang out with those guys. I probably will do the same thing, or at least have them in the background while I'm Northwest Tour Car Series is okay. Yeah, I would say that the Northwest. I'm not totally familiar with those Choppers Model Works, but isn't that something along the lines of an ASA car, Northwest Tour Car Series?
Northwest Tour Car.
I'm not.
That's a good one, actually.
That's a good question. Let me just look at it real quick.
I can't see why. It's a series small enough for me to not know about it, so probably.
Tour race car. I'm sure it will be fine. My knee jerk is to say yes because I've never heard of them. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. Now we do need to, as a team, Jason, you and I need to decide. Pickup trucks, racing pickup trucks is something you would see on a short track.
Yeah.
So that would be totally acceptable.
Yeah.
What about, and I have seen them at the short tracks, but what about the racing big rigs? Do we want to include those, or?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I agree.
No, I don't think so either. I think this group build is, in my mind, driven to represent, like, you go to the really short tracks, like Lee USA Speedway here in New Hampshire. That is a very small short track, like grassroots type of racing, right? And I think we want to kind of cater to those kind of cars.
Yeah, the idea behind this group build obviously is to have fun, build cool stuff, but it's also to maybe get you guys thinking about going to your local short track and hanging out and having fun.
Exactly.
That's part of it as well.
Exactly. Excuse me.
But good question, Chopper. We're going to look it in, but the answer is absolutely. 1/20th scale is fine.
Oh yeah, scale doesn't matter if you can come up with a. I mean, I'm okay with big scale and small scale. Doesn't matter.
For that matter, yeah. Whatever suits you.
Exactly.
We'll just leave it wide open as far as scale goes, as long as it fits in that general package, and it's fine. Yeah, just small.
Yeah, I think we can also rule out any kind of road racing stuff, right? Yeah. We don't want any IMSA cars. We don't want any Indy cars.
Right.
I can't think of. But as you guys come up with a question, I'm sure
again, it's the same thing that you wouldn't see those guys at your local. Like my local speedway is called Bubba Speedway, because it's owned by Bubba the Love Sponge. So you wouldn't see them there, but you would see the Winged Outlaws and the sprint cars and the late models and the modifieds and all that.
Yes.
But so that's something that you would see there. But just in the back, that's usually, if we think about it for just a second, if you see it at a short track, asphalt or dirt, then it's pretty much going to be acceptable.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just spent. In fact, I kind of skated in here, slid in here, and got fired up for the live. I just got back from the MCV headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
While I was there this morning, Matthew and I were looking through the different files for you. Those of you that have a 3D printer, there is all kinds of files out there for cars that will absolutely fit into this group build.
Oh yeah,
whether it be the old classics, the new cars. Matthew is working on a Northeast modified. I mentioned earlier the back screen back there is my brother's car.
Yeah, he was just talking about. Didn't he have a Midwest modified in the works too?
Yes. It's not IMSA, but it's the other one.
No,
IMCA, IMCA. Is that it? But
I think
very similar to the Northeast cars, but the body's just a little bit different, but it's the same idea.
Yeah.
Those will absolutely be accepted, but there's a lot of files out there for that stuff. Some of them are kind of clunky, so be careful, but there's some
really? I wouldn't think that there would be.
Oh, dude, there's a bunch of them out there from vintage Vega looking ones like you can get from MPC and
round two. Yeah, that's right. I should show you guys the one the Trap Vega. That's the one I built last year.
Right.
Let me see if I can get it down real quick here.
While he's working on that, round two just re-released that Gremlin. That's an old modified. It's really cool. Really cool kit that would certainly qualify. Again, there's no time limit as far as what year that car might have raced on that track. So it could be 20s, 30s, 40s. An old 57 Chevy hobby car, or that would have been back then. It would have been a late model. But
all right, so here we go. So this is the style. Like I built this last year.
Right.
So this is the Trap Vega from MPC, and I'd use my own decals, obviously, but so
there it is.
Perfect. I actually really like the way this came out.
That's a cool kit for an MPC kit. It goes together very nice.
It really does. Let's see if I can. I love it. I do this in my videos, and people comment all the time. Oh my God, I can't believe you're handling that thing the way you are. So it came out pretty nice, and there's a lot you can do with them. You can detail these up nice. It's got belts, and I added plug wires and fuel lines and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then
if you're seriously into it, Kern, is it Kern? No, I'm sorry, Herd Hobbies.
Oh yeah.
Offers, now it's some high-end stuff, but Herd Hobbies offers a model kit that's a modified, asphalt modified, that's similar to Wes's, but way more detailed. And I believe they're all 3D printed. Those kits are a little pricey at $150 a piece, but I've got their motors that I use them in my short track cars and roundy round cars.
Yeah,
they're absolutely amazing, and they're very, 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 very detailed.
Holy cow!
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're not.
No, I actually completely forgot about them.
Herd is a great place to go to get your you can get all kinds of different detail parts from them, and they work well with the Wes's stuff too. They kind of work together with them to make their stuff, so you can really detail up a Wes's car, which is a good car to start with anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
And then with him coming out with them late models, those are super cool cars. It's really neat.
Yeah,
I really like those. That's what it is. Yes, IMCA, they run stock front G body. Yes, they do. You're exactly right. They have to have that style. It can be aftermarket, but it has to meet the dimensions of that front G body clip. So
nice.
What's up, Bubba? Welcome to the Saturday night short track group build announcement. We'll circle back a little bit since you just got here. We are announcing the Saturday night short track group build, which starts July the 1st and goes until July the 1st next year.
Yep.
Just anything from a demolition derby car to a NASCAR, or anything in between there, what you would see at a short track is welcome. All kinds of different cars out there to be had. If you're a 3D printer, you got all kinds of files out there to be had.
Yeah, that's for sure. I just found that out, which is cool.
Yeah. What about any more questions, guys? Bubba, you just got in. You got any questions? Down here in New Zealand, the cars we refer to as stockers are a bit different, and there are 3D printed ones available. Google New Zealand super stocks. Our 66 Mustang has 67 fenders and 74 Maverick hood. That's cool. Chopper, that would be something that we would absolutely love to see built and brought into the group build. That would be awesome.
Google New Zealand super stocks. Okay, Judd, I'm on it. Hold on.
Bubba, all right, Bubba, it's cool. Same rules as last year, Bubba, but this year, the only thing that we're doing that's different, if you are a content creator, you're absolutely more than welcome to post up a video on your channel. We highly recommend that you do, but we are going to be announcing or releasing a Facebook page that's tied to this group build, and that's where we want you to put, you could link your video to it. If you just want to put pictures up, you're welcome to do that as well. But we are going to require this year that it gets to the Facebook page, because it's going to be a lot easier for Jason and myself to keep up with it. We don't want anybody to get left behind, and we certainly want to give you guys the credit that you deserve for the builds that you guys are doing. But
holy smokes! Okay, those things are wild looking. Okay.
If I was computer savvy, I'd figure out how to do a screen share. But in fact, when I get done here, I'm going down to Walmart to buy another screen, so I can do that. But can't show it right now, but we will.
Well,
Chris,
I can.
Plastic, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Chris? So what I can do is I can.
Technically, if you wanted to go through the trouble, you could log in to Jason. You could log into the StreamYard with the phone, and then be able to share it that way. But probably just be easier to hold the phone up to.
It's gonna be easier and quicker for me to hold the phone up. Let me
cool.
Let me make myself big. So this is what Judd is talking about.
Look at those. That is cool.
Right.
That is cool. What kind of power packs do they have in them?
Those are absolutely allowed.
Absolutely. In fact, we encourage it.
Holy.
That's neat.
That is neat. Wow. Okay. Learning something new every day.
That's it. Chris from Chris's House of Plastic. What's going on, my friend? I know you're getting in here a little late. It's good to see you. Me and Matthew were just talking about you and Sam up there. I was telling the chat earlier, I just kind of skated in here 10 minutes before the live started. I just got back from up there, bringing Matthew back his product from the sale.
Yeah.
But Chris is a good builder. I've seen his. He's done some race cars, so I'm sure he'll get involved with us.
Nice.
Hang out and have some fun. Chris, if you were involved last year, it's essentially the same thing. No demo derby cars, no NASCARs, but pretty much everything in between that you would see on a short track, including those New Zealand cars, which are now becoming quickly one of my favorites. Those things are cool.
Yeah.
And we do have a Facebook this year, Chris, that we're going to be releasing on the 1st and opening up to everybody on the 1st for them to be able to post up pictures and videos. Definitely post up pictures. Well, again, you're going to have to show us your unbuilt kit, some progress somewhere along the way. Halfway there would be great, but wherever you think about it, and then the final. And again, I'm going to encourage everybody, when you put your final up, get us a really good picture with a minimal background and something that really highlights your build, so we can put you in a collage. And we're going to make a video that Jason will share on the Blue Ox channel. I will share on the Scale Model Outlaw channel. And of course, we'll share it on the Facebook page as well. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully by then I'll have gotten better at my editing, so maybe we can have some fun with it and create a really fun video. But I'm getting there.
You're getting there. I'm sure we'll be fine. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Sure, we'll be good.
50s jalopy car, good choice, Jim. Yep, I've got a couple of those myself. Those would absolutely be perfect for the build. The petty car, like I did last year, the Jim Cushman, and there's a Valiant. I mean, there is so much stuff out there. And again, we don't want to get tied up with the NASCAR stuff. Fred and Jeff got that covered. And I know that there's Demolition Derby group builds out there, but I'm not sure who hosts them. But we want to stay away from that end of it.
Yeah.
Lots of fun, man. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
So once again, we'll put it out there. Now that I know we got a couple new guys in. Chris, you got any questions? Bubba, you got any questions? Anybody that got something they want to ask, or because we're going to try to keep this thing pretty short.
IROC.
International Race of Champions.
Yeah. That's not really short track, because that's usually champion style, like NASCAR style racers, Indy style racers. You wouldn't see them at Lee. So I got to say, no, I would not say IROC is good.
I love IROC. Don't get me wrong. They mow Camaros and them, but no, I think those would be found more, like you were saying, Jason, they'd be found at the Daytonas, the Michigans, and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Sadly, Rob, I gotta say no, or we gotta say no.
And again, like once the Facebook page is up, you can ask all the questions you want on there too, and I'm sure we'll be doing a. I don't know if so. The Facebook page isn't up yet, correct, Mike?
It's just not. It's up, but it's just
not. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would imagine once if you got questions, you can totally ask your questions there too, and one of us will see it
Absolutely
and answer for you.
And that's that again. That's why we want to do the Facebook thing. So if there's any immediate questions, we can, we'll get at that point we'll get an alert and be able to attend to it and be able to answer the questions for you.
Yeah,
and, gives you guys a good solid base to be able to ask the questions, post your pictures, and gives us a solid base to be able to do the same and answer the questions.
Yeah. Now, while we're talking about it, and we're on the subject of the Facebook page once again, it's going to be for the group build. So if you're part of that Facebook group, try to refrain from posting your run-of-the-mill everyday stuff, right? So there are plenty of groups that you can post, like if you're building your Hondas or whatever, post them up there. But let's keep the Facebook page that's for the group build specifically for working on your short track cars.
I'm going to go so far as to say, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if you post something other than Saturday night short track build related,
just because we don't want to clutter up the feed with stuff that doesn't really pertain to it. So
it's what it's lawnmower racing. Bubba, we're going to release that on the 1st, but it's not real hard to figure out. Right? It's not like we hit it under, and it is up. But and if you're in here, I'll just go ahead and tell you the name of the Facebook page is Saturday Night Short Track Group Build. So it's super easy to find. I didn't set it up to where it's private. I did set it up to where you can come in there.
It's public group, yeah.
But if it gets to be that we start getting bombed, not by you guys, but by spam or all that, I will set it up to where it's private, and then we'll have to have.
We'll go from there. Yeah,
we'll see how it evolves.
Yeah, that's all. No big deal. So honestly, I think we can probably start kind of wrapping this up, right? So we're getting people are hopping out now. I can see the number slowly going down. Plus we got Brian's live going on his channel. I encourage you guys to go check out Gut Fuels live.
Absolutely.
He does it every night, every Saturday night, as it turns out, at 6 p.m.
We thought 7. Chris, no, it goes from July 1st to July 1st. 1 year.
One whole year.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
But I'm with Jason. We want to dip out of here so you guys can go hang out with Brian at Got Fuels and that group over there. Great bunch of guys. And I'll probably end up over there myself if I don't end up on the Discord yelling at Rob Riv, which is a possibility. But
I mean, yeah, it's good.
You got to yell at him to get his attention because you got to yell over him to be able to get his attention.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and we'll be on. So a couple of people, real quick. I talked to a couple of people privately today, and they were like, "You're doing a live today? Does that mean you're not doing one tomorrow?" No, the Sunday builds will happen tomorrow at its normally scheduled time, 4 to 6. This was just something, like I said, extra to hop on and kick off this group build.
Yeah, and you can look forward to one every month, and between now and next year when it comes time to seal it up. But that's going to be one of the changes. But again, this will go to both Jason and my YouTube channel. I will share the link on the Facebook. In fact, it'll probably be the first thing that pops up on the Facebook, hopefully. And if nothing else, I can put it as an announcement to where it is the first thing that pops up. So anybody coming in can get the rules right off the bat. And then if you have any questions from there, tell all your friends, tell all your model builders. Chris, I know that I don't see Sam in here, and I know that he's a busy guy. So let him know about it. I'm sure he wants to get involved. He loves building race cars, and he's dang good at it. He took a whole pocket full of gold home at Pam's Con, so good for him on that.
He did take a bunch.
Sure. He took a bunch home.
He did. Yeah.
Well, we kept it down to 34 minutes, was right about where we wanted to be. Again, thanks, guys, for checking in. We appreciate you. And this is the Scale Model Outlaw saying goodnight, and we'll see you guys when we open up we open it up on July the 1st.
Yep. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you hanging out, and hopefully this thing takes off and becomes very, very successful. Let's outdo next year. Wow, that's a goal.
That's cool. Don't even know what the number is. We're going to outdo it, my God.
Let's outdo last year.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Y'all be good at it. Be safe. There's that big old thumbs up, and we'll see y'all later.
See you guys.